Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and if you are up watching this, you know there still is no president of the United States out there as of yet. And if you were watching my pre-election special with Whitney Webb and Steve from Sloan Newsday, we said there would not be a president declared tonight. It's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours since Zombie Joe went to bed. By the way, Zombie Joe referred to his granddaughter today as his dead son, Bo, in front of a crowd of people. Anybody who voted for Joe Biden today, just so you know, you voted for somebody who was visibly senile. I'm just going to put that right out there because it's the truth. So the other, big deal that I think that we need to talk about here is that... Man, it's just so difficult. I've been watching this thing. I wanted to wait till late night because I really didn't feel like we were going to get a result. People were still holding out there was going to be a result tonight. Right now, I don't see it. They're already censoring the president on Twitter, by the way, because he's saying they're going to try to steal the election from him. This is The Guardian. They're reporting Joe Biden 225 and then Trump at 213. We're waiting for Trump to go live at the White House. We'll also probably pop in on some of the mainstream media talking points. But right now, the talking points at CNN are just as you would expect, that nobody knows who's going to win and it's too close to call. And Joe Biden came out and he said especially Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania to me now seems to be the narrative of their ace in the hole. Visually, I don't think that's a good look of a state to steal or contest or have anything shady go on. If you saw those rallies, right? Just visually seeing those rallies, that has a powerful impact on people. And, again, that's why they tried to demonize them as super spreader events, not show you the support, etc. Because to me, they should have already probably called Trump or Pennsylvania for Trump, but the media still has not. And Trump is kind of railing that certain networks have called Arizona for Biden. A lot going on here. Before we get going, I do want to remind everybody we're on a platform where, again, they don't want to talk about election interference. Oh, not this one. Which one was I going to? This is what I'm following over here is on the CNN. I'm waiting for Trump to come out. A platform where we've been fully demonetized. It is only through you guys' support, $5, $10, $15, big donations. You mean the world to me. Well, we'll also use it as a super chat mechanism. I'm going to go to your questions and comments. If you are up late night like me, 2:18 a.m. Eastern time. Still no president. I don't think we're going to get a president. I think the lawyers are taking over tomorrow, guys. I really believe that. Paul Salmon says, hey, Jason, thank you for what you're doing. Let's see what this says. Best of being impartial as you can possibly be. Thank you. While Trump has made some stride here and there due to the sheer incompetence of the Democratic Party, when it comes to Israeli security concerns, there he failed spectacularly. Recently, he gave the okay of giving the F-22 to Israel. I wonder, will Russia or China will magically design a similar aircraft? And Israel is dumbfounded how they were able to do so, just as it happened with the F-35 aircraft. And then Costello West said, good stuff. I don't get notifications from Rockfin. You do get emails when I go live on Rockfin. So definitely, guys, if you're not checking out Rockfin, we hit records today on Rockfin, by the way, for the exclusive election special live. We later premiered it here. But you missed a good 20, 30 minutes of that program if you didn't watch it over on Rockfin. Since then, I put it on the premium. But before it was free, and we hit over 250 live viewers over on Rockfin. To put that in perspective, right now you're watching this, I may have 58,000 subscribers. There's 100 people watching. I'm sure I put election in the title, and it's coverage, and I'm dangerous content. But hey, man, We're just showing you what the media is saying. I'm not calling the election for anybody. I'm not putting out any disinformation. I'm simply showing you what's happening in real time with this election. Every side you can imagine. So right now, they've got it called, what is it? It's 225 for Biden, 213 at The Guardian. But if you go over to Tapper and CNN, they've got it 220 Biden to 213 Trump. So they haven't given him 5 of those electoral votes. We see some of the things moving on in the background. Let's just jump in really quick and see what the Tapster has to say here.
Based on his tweet earlier this evening that has been labeled as misleading by both Twitter and Facebook, we are expecting that the president will prematurely and falsely declare victory and suggest that any effort by other states, other than the ones that he wants to do counting, such as Arizona, and that other attempts to count votes in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin is stealing votes, and that is not accurate. That is not what is going on. There is no evidence of ballots or votes being stolen in those states. There is evidence that election officials are trying to count the votes.
So there it is. I mean, the prediction is that by CNN, look at her just move her lip there. The prediction by CNN out of Jake Tapper's mouth right now is that Trump is about to announce that he is the winner and steal the election. This is the national media, folks. And I want to kind of bounce around. We'll see how long we do this. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go live. Again, I don't expect that we're going to do some marathon and we're going to have a president of the United States by the next morning. I think, again, if you watched what Whitney Webb and I and Steve talked about, we don't think we're getting a president in the next couple of days. They've really prepared us. Man, Acosta is just so unlikable. Look at that face. He is not a likable human being. I mean, Tapper, I'm not in love with, but boy, Acosta rubs me the wrong way.
Just Mark Meadows, Don Jr. just walking out as I'm looking at the bottom of the screen, Ivanka Trump, Jake, other members of the Trump family. So it sounds like this is going to happen soon. But I think the president wants to put the best face on this. And quite honestly, I was with the president 4 years ago around this time as we were all watching this. Donald Trump is not in the same place he was 4 years ago. He is hanging on to his political life right now. And no matter what the president says here in a few moments, projecting that he's going to win this race, we expect him to say that. He is just not out of the woods yet, not by a long shot.
No, and oh, here he is. Let's listen in.
The President of the United States,
people talk.
Donald J. Trump.
Sleepy Joe's been in bed for a while.
Well,
Let's
thank
see
you
what we
very
got.
much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you. This is without question the latest news conference I've ever had. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people. And we won't stand for it. We will not stand for it. I want to thank the First Lady, my entire family, and Vice President Pence, Mrs. Pence, for being with us all through this. And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. The results tonight have been phenomenal, and we are getting ready. I mean, literally, we were just all set to get outside and just celebrate something that was so beautiful, so good, such a vote, such a success. The citizens of this country have come out in record numbers. This is a record. There's never been anything like it. To support our incredible movement, we won states that we weren't expected to win. Florida, we didn't win it. We won it by a lot. And we won the great state of Ohio. We won Texas. We won Texas. We won Texas by 700,000 votes, and they don't even include it in the tabulations. It's also clear that we have won Georgia. We're up by 2.5% or 117,000 votes with only 7% left. They're never going to catch us. They can't catch us. Likewise, we've clearly won North Carolina, where we're up 1.4% or 77,000 votes with only approximately 5% left. They can't catch us. We also, if you look and you see Arizona, we have a lot of life in that. And somebody declared that it was a victory for, and maybe it will be. I mean, that's possible. But certainly there were a lot of votes out there that we could get because we're now just coming into what they call Trump territory. I don't know what you call it, but these were friendly Trump voters. And that could be overturned. The gentleman that called it, I watched tonight, he said, well, we think it's fairly unlikely that he could catch. Well, fairly unlikely. And we don't even need it. We don't need that. That was just a state that if we would have gotten it, it would have been nice, Arizona. But there's a possibility, maybe even a good possibility. In fact, since I saw that originally, it's been changed and the numbers have substantially come down just in a small amount of votes. So we want that obviously to stay in play. But most importantly, we're winning Pennsylvania by a tremendous amount of votes.
Everything this guy said is reasonable right now. Well, Pennsylvania looks like the big play, guys. That's what looks like the big play. Get your questions and comments and thumbs the video up, subscribe and share.
We're up 600. Think of this. We're up 690,000 votes in Pennsylvania. 690,000. These aren't even close. It's not like, oh, it's close. With 64% of the vote in, it's going to be almost impossible to catch. And we're coming into good Pennsylvania areas where they happen to like your president. I mean, it's like very good. So we'll probably expand that. We're winning Michigan, but I'll tell you, I looked at the numbers. I said, whoa. I said, wow, that's a lot. By almost 300,000 votes, and 65% of the vote is in. And we're winning Wisconsin, so we're winning. We don't need all of them. We need, because when you add Texas in, which wasn't added, I spoke with the really wonderful governor of Texas just a little while ago, and Greg Abbott, he said, congratulations. He called me to congratulate me on winning Texas. I mean, we won Texas. I don't think they finished quite the tabulation, but there's no way. And it was almost complete, but he congratulated me. Then he said, by the way, what's going on? I've never seen anything like this. Can I tell you what? Nobody has. So we won by 107,000 votes with 81% of the vote. That's Michigan. So when you take those three states in particular, and you take all of the others, I mean, we have so many, we had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory, 377,000. Texas, as we said. Ohio, think of this. Ohio, a tremendous state, a big state. I love Ohio. We won by 8.1%, 461. Think of it. Almost 500,000 votes. North Carolina, big victory with North Carolina. And so we won there. We lead by 76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election.
And there it is. I wonder if this video gets taken down.
So our goal now is to ensure
the
integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you, and I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us, and Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please. Please.
We're gonna mute that right there. We're gonna stop it. I don't know what Pence is about to say, but we're going to go to your questions and comments. So there it is. Trump has basically said that they're trying to steal not basically. He just said they're trying to steal the election. They're lawyering up, that he's taking this to the Supreme Court. Before those moments, right, especially with Pennsylvania, I think that's their big move. I think that's their big play out of everything. But, again, with these people announcing what's going on, the fact that it does seem like it's just stopped everywhere, right? And again, it looks like he's handily won Pennsylvania tonight. But remember, they warned us it's going to look like a red wave and then a blue wave, and it's the red mirage. So, those that doubted what myself and others have been talking about now for weeks, and what we went over today with Whitney Webb, here it is. It's coming into fruition right now. It's coming into fruition right now. So, let's go back to there's Trump leaving. So that's it. Okay. We're going to go to your questions and comments. Remember, you can skip the line by hitting the GoFundMe and supporting the show down below. Let's do it. Let's do it. We do it live. It's late night, but we're not getting again, the authoritative sources aren't going to tell us. And here it is. I got to hear Tapper. Tapper's, basically
a fraud and an embarrassment. That is not what is going on. What is going on is the normal democratic process. Almost everything President Trump said in his declaration of victory was not true. It is true that he is ahead in the polls right now in Georgia and North Carolina. Whether or not Biden will ever catch up is a matter for Georgia and North Carolina and their election officials to decide. It is not true that he is winning Pennsylvania or winning Michigan or winning Wisconsin. They are still counting votes. They have literally millions of vote-by-mail ballots that those three states are counting. It may well be that President Trump ends up winning this election. That might be once the ballots are counted. But what President Trump just said was undemocratic and false and premature. It is not accurate to say that he won. We do not know who won this election. And I have to say, Dana, it's not a surprise, but still, years into this presidency, I find it shockingly disappointing that he still would continue.
Shocking. I'm sure you find it shockingly disappointing, Mr. Disingenuous Jake Tapper. And, that is the issue. These millions of mail-in ballots and the possibility of corruption surrounding them. That's the reality we're at right now, whether you believe it or not. By the way, again, I want to say it. If you voted for Biden today, you voted for a man that called his granddaughter his dead son in front of people. That's a reality. You voted for a visibly senile man. Michigan and Pennsylvania are the two big factors. Won't know until Friday with the mail-in ballots. Let the riots start. Let's hope we're wrong on all the violence and chaos and the rioting. But you see what these cities have done. They've boarded up. Well, I say party like you've never partied before now until January 11th, 2021. Hello, Moto. Hey, Jason. Heyo. By the way, thumbs it up. 339 watching. Can we get over at least 100 thumbs, guys? Can we get 100 thumbs up? You rock, bro, and you look like a light-skinned Dave Chappelle. Well, thank you. A Dave Chappelle, eh? I've gotten Denzel Washington, although everybody knows Denzel is way dreamier than I am. Let's be honest. You said it earlier, Jason. Old Joe is a placeholder. Yeah, they're definitely stealing. Pennsylvania mail-in ballots won't get read until Friday, and mail-in ballots swing for Biden. Can't sleep on Michigan for being a major factor. Wisconsin is still counting, trying to have National Guard redo ballots right now. How is Biden getting so much SU? I don't know what the SU is. The audio is ahead of the video, so his lips don't match. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I don't know if it's the update on XSplit. I've gone over this with them. I've been having, it's like a 0.2 second weirdness where it's not my webcam. It's everything. So if I have a guest on, it's the same thing. If you noticed, that's what's happening over at Rockfin because I'm going live there from 11 a.m. and then I'm putting it there. That's why I'm also going live less. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a reinstall on this, but the tech guys didn't help me at all. Audio sync's fine for you. Yeah, it's off a little bit now that somebody said something. Trump will never be tired of fighting 5 rallies in a day. Come on, man. Hope you're right. Trump's going to get North Carolina and Georgia. Whoa, that's a huge jump. It's a huge jump. And again, guys, I do want to remind everybody, the way to support this program is the GoFundMe. That's how we're doing it. $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. Big donors like Brian Telford. Couldn't do it without you, my man. Make sure you are at least following me on Rockfin. I'll be live at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow to go over a bunch of this and where we're at by then as well, on top of everything, guys. So definitely go check me out there as well. All right. How is Biden? We already went there. Okay. Trump will win Georgia and Pennsylvania soon. Watch. North Carolina and Georgia. YouTube turned off my notifications. Yes, that will happen. Governor Evers, Wisconsin is pure Democratic corruption. Worth $300 million and very sketchy. Trump will scrape in. Why was that held for review from YouTube? Love the videos, Jason. Thanks, Ed. It is weird, isn't it, Jason? Yeah. What about the tunnels? What tunnels? What are we talking about? The only tunnels I'm going to talk about are the ones that DARPA openly looked to rent underground major cities and put ads out for before COVID-1984 hit last year. Go look those up. In fact, I went over that with Whitney Webb in her last interview before we did the election interview. Whitney's great, man. Like, Whitney's a fun person to talk to. She's got a good sense of humor. She's obviously very well read and intelligent. And, I like her fire. What can I tell you? It doesn't mean we agree on everything, but it's also really good to know there are people out there that are deep diving into the same material that I think is extremely important to all of us. And that doesn't matter what side of the fake political spectrum you think you're on. Trump has already did way better than any of the polls said. Also, Pennsylvania had Biden up by 6%. How can you call Pennsylvania with knowing that stat? Oh boy, we got a big Biden guy in Adam Cummings. He's probably like the cloaked Biden guy. Again, look at the rallies in Pennsylvania. Say what you want. But again, the numbers in Pennsylvania suggest, Trump has that state. And you look at Arizona, I mean, Trump said he may lose it. He's down by, 1.3 million votes. But he also doesn't like how that's going. Georgia, again, Trump's up with 91% of the vote in. I mean, look at these numbers they're throwing up there, even on CNN. I guess it's hard to see. Well, what happened there? Didn't mean to do that, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, you can only see the stuff right there. Nevada looks like it's going for Biden. Look, Jake Tapper. How could you trust Jake Tapper? I'm not saying you should trust Trump either, but how could you trust Jake Tapper? My goodness. Jake Tapper, please. Don't you listen to that orange man. Remember, conservatives vote on election day. We vote by mail here, and I put it in the drop box. Sassy chick. Man, the election trolls are really in there. This is a big one. Usually we don't get so many. I wonder, you go click on those ones like Sassy Chick and Adam Cummings. You wonder how long they've had a YouTube channel. Just so everybody knows, this is a nonpartisan channel at all. But again, if you voted Joe Biden, you voted for somebody who was a literal establishment politician, Joey B, like in the bag gangster, when he still had his mind. And now, forget about that. You voted for what? A zombie. A zombie. Jason called Joe Biden a zombie. We need to take him down. That's harmful content. That's cyberbullying. The guy introduced his granddaughter as his dead son today. My God. Trump wins in Micronesia. Sky News Australia and RNZ New Zealand, though, are relaying the true stats of the election, which have Trump ahead. Ronald McDonald, Trump just took 2 Adderalls and a shot of steroids for the conference. Very possible. He looked really wide-eyed. Transcribing 13,500 absentee ballots with the help of 20 National Guard in Wisconsin. This is breaking in our state. Interesting. Love you, Jason. Long Beach, California in the house. Blue tie Trump, not the real Trump. Fake news. Joey Diaz says Trump wins. Is this live in Australia? And I'm 3 minutes ahead on our news channel. This is live, Shane. We're doing it live. Yes, very live. Still big faves with the bookies. All of those fictitious voters the Dems invented. Do a Bush Jr., give it to the Supremes. 600, get to the point, Don. They're up 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania. Damn. Keystone, baby. Live event 2020. Good morning, everyone. Deep state going down. Biznitches. Doubt it. No one's getting arrested. I kept hearing to trust the plan and just you wait and et cetera, et cetera. Where are all those arrests 4 years later? No one went to jail. No one got locked up. No one, most of the exposure was through alternative media and leaks. Right? And then you had, again, what happened in Syria as soon as the president started saying it's time to get out of Syria. You had the false flag in Duma, and you had the administration and the president, totally ignore and try to refute the OPCW leaks. Just saying. By WikiLeaks. People are sick of lockdowns, as they should be. Michigan and Wisconsin mail-in ballots are read last, and that is all Biden votes. It's impossible that all mail-in ballots are going to be one person's side. That's a ridiculous statement. Okay, even if the mail-in votes were 60-40, which I think would be a lot, maybe 64. I think 60-40 is about as high as you can go. Can you go 65-35? That sounds a little ridiculous to me as well. Let's see. Yep, just enough fictitious voters invented in key states so as to swing the election. He's being very gracious for Trump anyway. I wouldn't go that far. Electoral College needs to play it right. Great work, Jason. Thank you, Cynthia. I love you, Cynthia. If that's the real Cynthia McKinney, one of my favorite guests on the show. And honestly, one of the most legitimate actual politicians for the people in modern history, period. Riots soon. What happened? Who won? Nobody won. Nobody's winning. Biden takes Wisco, Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, Maine. That's 270. See, there it is. So all the states that we just talked about, other than Pennsylvania, you look at Michigan and Wisconsin also, I don't know that it's his either. And we could talk about Arizona and how that's going to be. Who's winning, Jason? I don't know. We are being so played. I'm so tired of being played by educated idiots. We won't know for days. We may not know for weeks. Hello, or months. Hey, Jason, I'm tuning in from Pennsylvania. How you doing, Zach? How's it going there? Friday will be D-Day. If he wins, we're going to find out if we are all fooled with Operation Warp Speed. Very true. Canadians for Trump. America won the election. What the hell are you talking about? America's been a big loser on elections. Even if you're a MAGA guy, we're big losers on that. We get less and less every year and more authoritarianism. And if we were big on elections, we wouldn't have the COVID-19 84 lockdowns nationwide. We wouldn't have an Andrew Capo Cuomo. But we got him. No predictions or polls until the official count. Respect the count. Is that really a YouTube community guidelines person? That's got to be a fake account, right? I mean, again, I haven't made any kind of predictions or anything. We're reporting what the mainstream media says. YouTube community admin. If you're an actual community admin, that's wild. If they've actually got everybody that's doing like election reporting watching it in real time. But hey, let's see. I'm relying on the news. I'm watching through other people's live streams. Trump needs those Carlyle Group lawyers about now. That's funny because it's probably true. He did shout out to Newt Gingrich, who I'm no fan of during this. They voted. It should count. He is scared the mail-in ballots will swing for Biden, and they do. No, he's scared about voter fraud. He's scared about ballot stuffing. He's scared about what? People just disregard. You know all those ballots they found in the trash? Come on. Come on, man. That seems kind of sketchy also, LOL. How has Biden not made any comment? He did. Biden struggled to talk for 2 minutes earlier than he went to bed. And he made Pennsylvania a focal point of what he had to say. Okay? That Pennsylvania especially might look bad, but they're going to get it in the end. He believes they're going to win that one in the end. So that's why I put Pennsylvania in the title. I think it's what they're banking on. I think it's, they're ace in the hole for this one. Where's Joe? Joe's in bed. I didn't put him there with a sleepy pillow because he's not Sleepy Joe. Also to call for Nevada and Arizona again. We'll see. Jason, love your content, brother. Keep it up. Salute. Much love. H-Town in the building. Exactly. He already spoke. Look at the betting odds. Wisconsin and Michigan mail-in ballots get read after. It's messed up this year. Well spoken, Donald. Joe actually died 4 months ago. No, he didn't. Adam Cummings, keep telling yourself that. No predictions or polls until the official count. Respect the count. Is this seriously like a YouTube community admin? Let's do it live. We're going to see if that's a fake account. It's got to be, right? We haven't gotten that Orwellian, have we? I don't know. Maybe we have. When I threw it into here, usually you can find somebody there. And I'm not live, so on my other channel, so I'm not going to click on it to get it in there. Again, what can I predict for you, big guy? I'm only putting up what the mainstream media is. That's the craziest thing. Think about that. I'm not allowed to make a prediction on what I think is gonna happen tomorrow. I'll keep refreshing. Right? So there we go there. Okay, and it's still 225 to 213. And we got Jake Tapper talking to some Rick Santorum. Remember Rick Santorum when he ran for president? He's a real shill. Let's see what he's got to say.
I think Joe Biden said similar things, saying, I think I won. I mean, that's fine. You think you won. That's great. But the idea of saying that using the word fraud, that there's fraud being committed by people counting votes, I think is wrong. I understand he He sees votes potentially being shifted around in some places. But look, that the reality is that what's happening. I can tell you in Pennsylvania, what's happening is they're counting the absentee and mail-in ballots right now, and some counties have stopped counting. Why have they stopped counting? Because it's 2:48 in the morning. That's why they stopped counting. Because people get tired. When they're tired, they make mistakes, and you stop counting, and then you take it up the next morning when people are fresh, and everybody has a chance to sort of make sure they're not making any mistakes. They're not stopping counting because they're trying to fix anything or create any sort of fraud.
So Santorum just saying everything so far is legitimate. And again, I guess we're going to see, huh, guys? But we already know what the president said. And again, I don't think we're getting a winner tonight. I don't think we're getting a winner tomorrow. I think we're in for the long haul. Is that not the prediction I can make, YouTube, since I didn't call anything? Respect the count. I mean, come on, man. Is that person even? Are you in the Philippines right now, YouTube community administrator? Perhaps somewhere in India? Maybe some other second or third world country? I'm sure you're not in the United States. New Zealand and Australia both are saying that Trump is winning. Interesting. Thanks for the live, JB. Welcome to the stupidest civil war ever. This is so retardo. He's winning in the international betting odds. Yes, we've seen that with DraftKings. Not only international, but national. LOL, backhanded reporting, lines and lines of COVID, still voting from their cars. Is that real? Let's see. This is the battle. What is it? Of the soy warriors. Let's see. Penn's going to hold out for as long as possible. Very possible. How did I miss that? Like Hillary 4 years ago. Oh, YouTube community admin is a joke. Love from London. Remember Brexit never happened like 5 years ago. They can drag it out, guys. Well, I'm glad that wasn't some kind of weird Orwellian thing. It will be delayed chaos. Seattle is protesting now. Yikes. My friend in Portland says people are marching. She doesn't know why, but it's not violent yet. Did Jason vote for Trump? I did via mail. Oh, video and audio is matched up fine on your end. Well, that's good. Good. New York is staying blue, blue, blue. You better believe it will. That's why I left. Still Joe Robin. I mean Joe Fugano. Oh, come on. Whitney crushes. Jason got a crush. Jason has a crush on Whitney. That's so cool. You guys are funny. Listen, Whitney's in she's not like in another state. She's in another country. Like, I don't know about you guys. I'm an older guy. I've tried the long distance relationships and things like that. They don't really work out. Just to let everybody know. You got to spend your time somewhere else. It'd be great to find myself a little Iowa or Illinois honey. It'd be great, during the election apocalypse. Let's see. PA is going to Trump. How TF can anybody vote for Biden? He can't even string together a sentence. Whitney rocks. Sleepy Joe will devastate America if this Are they trying to get Al Gore Trump? Trump won. Netherlands is calling it for Trump. Biden brains are like scrambled eggs. I'm about to take a little nap while at work. This election shit is exhausting. Bam. Bam. Let's see. My math concludes that Trump will win by 47 electoral votes. Joe Biden is so sleepy, his snoring makes more sense than his speaking. Burt Bellinger, why can't key states confirm Trump won trying to steal our election? All right, guys. We've gone for about, 35, 40 minutes. It's around that time. I've still got to get up tomorrow early and bring it to you live via Rockfin. So if you're not on the Rockfin, guys, go make the free account already. What's everybody waiting for? Don't you get it? This platform may not be here for free voices forever. We had to question whether that YouTube community admin was real. please go make the Rockfin account. If you want to support me with a premium membership, great. If not, there's still a bunch of free content. You could still tune into the live stream at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, Monday through Friday. The real way to support me is through the GoFundMe. I want to thank everybody who has done that. Go check out all the documentary films for free in the playlist section. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Loose Change, Final Cut. Guys, even this election to me really isn't about left and right. It's about right and wrong all the time. I love you, and I'll see you all on the flip side.